Hi everyone, welcome back to Yum Paleo. Today I'm going to be making a delicious curried lamb hot pot. Now I do want you to bear in mind today that I am making a big meal. I'm cooking for 6 people, and because of that, if you've got less people, you may want to reduce the amount of ingredients, or you may just have some left over at the end for some yummy meals later on in the week. Cool, so I'll run you through the ingredients. What we have is 1 kg or 2 pounds of boneless lamb leg, and I've just diced that up. I have 4 sticks of celery, which I've diced, 2 long red chilies. I've just taken the seeds out of them and finely sliced them up. Now we have 2 tablespoons of garam masala powder, 1 tablespoon of turmeric powder, and 1 teaspoon of fennel seeds. And they're going to give our hot pot that lovely curried flavour today. Here I have 2 tablespoons of coconut oil and 3 cups of coconut cream. Finally, we've got 3 tablespoons of pure tomato paste. Now that's got no added sugar, no added salt. 1 cup of water, and just a bit of sea salt. That's optional. I'm only going to add in about half a teaspoon, so that's completely up to you whether you use it or not. Now we're also going to be adding in 4 carrots and 3 sweet potatoes to our hot pot today. I haven't prepared them yet because there is a bit of cooking time to go before we get onto them. But all I'm going to be doing is just chopping the ends off those carrots, slicing them up finely, and then peeling the sweet potatoes and slicing them up into small cubes. So we'll get on to them later on. Alright, so let's get started. What you need is a big stock pot. Turn that onto a high heat to start with. And what you want to add in first is half of your coconut oil, so about 1 tablespoon's worth. And you just want to pop that in and heat it until that's all runny and hot, and then we'll add in our lamb. Now that that coconut oil is all melted, it's time to add in your diced lamb. Give that a good stir around and turn the heat down to medium. Now we want to make sure that that lamb is lightly browned before we add in our other ingredients. So just keep stirring it around until it's brown on all sides of the lamb, and then we'll get on to the next stage of our recipe. Now that that lamb has been lightly browned, I'm going to add in the celery and long red chilies, and just let them cook for about 2 minutes until that celery has softened a little. Stir that in, and I'll just let that cook for 2 minutes on the medium heat. Alright, now that that's been cooking away for a couple of minutes, I'm going to add in my spices and the other half of the coconut oil that we haven't put in yet. So I'll start by adding that coconut oil into the pan and give that a mix around. And then I'm just going to sprinkle over all of my spices and the fennel seeds and let them cook for 1 to 2 minutes, just so that they can release all of their beautiful aroma. Alright, I'm just going to add in my tomato paste now. Those spices are smelling delicious. Crack in a little bit of sea salt and give that a mix. And now I'm going to gradually add in my coconut cream. Just keep mixing that in as you go. And as you can see, it's turning a nice rich golden colour. And finally, your 1 cup of water. Now that does seem like a lot of liquid, which it is, but we're actually just going to put the lid on that and let it simmer away on a low heat for 2 hours. And at that stage we'll be adding in our sliced carrot and cubed sweet potato, and that will really soak up a lot of that moisture. So don't worry about it being quite liquidy at this stage. So make sure that's all mixed in really well, and then all you want to do is just pop on that lid, make sure the heat is down to low, and just leave that for 2 hours to cook. Now you may want to stir that a couple of times during that time, and just make sure that it's not sticking to the bottom or anything. And we will see you back here after that to chop up our carrots and sweet potatoes. See you then. Welcome back. We've had our lamb curry simmering away for about 2 hours now, so it's time to get in our sweet potato and our carrot. Now I've just chopped them up. You want to chop up the carrot quite finely and just peel the sweet potatoes and chop them into small cubes like so. And I do just have another cup of water here on the ready in case we do need to add in more liquid, because while these are cooking it may just soak up a lot of the moisture that's already in the curry and it may get a bit too thick, so we'll just keep an eye on that. Alright, so I'm going to very carefully place these into the curry. I'm going to take the lid off and just leave it off for the rest of the cooking time, and we'll be letting that simmer away for another 40 minutes, and it should be all ready to go by the end of that time, but we will need to stir it again during those 40 minutes. Alright, so we'll just come over to the stock pot and pop that lid off, and then just carefully start to put in those carrots. So I'm just mixing in all of that sweet potato and carrot now. As I said before, it is a big meal and we do have a lot of ingredients, but you can either reduce the amount of sweet potatoes you're putting in, or the coconut cream, or you'll just have a bit left over if you're serving for less than 6 people. And I think we are going to need to put in that extra cup of water because it has reduced down a little bit. So I'm just going to gradually add in that water and mix it into the curry mix. So you just want to bring that back to the boil, then turn the heat back down to simmer and leave that to cook for another 40 minutes, and that should be all ready by then. We just really want those carrots and sweet potato to soften and soak up all of that delicious curry flavour. Alright, I've just taken our curried lamb hot pot off the stove. It's all done and it's ready to serve. So I'm just going to pop that into a deep bowl and sprinkle over some fresh coriander to garnish. And that smells delicious. And it has really thickened up in that last 40 minutes of cooking time. And there you have it. Enjoy this dish and we'll see you back here next time for another great recipe.